Good evening. I am Jason DeCanio, the host and owner of Jay's All TV and Sports Channel. This is Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. And tonight we are passing along a tribute to a gentleman who left us yesterday, April 15th, 2025, at the age of 91. I'm referring to Winston Wink Martindale, also known as Wink Martindale. He was the host of Tic-Tac-Toe, High Rollers, Debt, a host of great game shows, commercials, even had his own YouTube channel that reminisced about game show pilots that were never aired. You can still visit his YouTube channel to this day. All the videos will probably still be up there, and somebody from his family will be keeping that channel up and running because it has so many views, and there were a lot of unsold pilots that Wink basically had copies of that were never aired and never sold to the market to be a game show, even though there were some great ones out there that had a lot of possibilities. Wink Martindale leaves us 73 years of fun and games. He leaves his wife and others who were very close to him. And our prayers and condolences go out to the Martindale family. This was a big shock to me, as probably it was well to you, because the cause of death was not known. So we're thinking natural causes. At 91 years of age is a great time here on Earth. And Mr. Martindale probably would have had more to accomplish had he still been alive to this day. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. And I think he was ready to go. But we're always never satisfied with not having to do enough. We always want to do more and entertain our fans and keep them going with fresh information. And he always had a smile on his face. He was always a happy person from the pictures and the videos that were posted on his page. And to his wife, Sandy, we grieve with you. And we know how you feel. And we hope that you are getting through these next few days with high hopes, and lots of people love you very much and know that your husband had a big following, probably bigger than any game show legend out there, because he was up there as one of the top game show MCs of all time. So tonight, on Wipe Those Tears, we will dedicate this 53rd episode to Winston Wink Martindale. And this video will be on Jay's All TV and Sports Channel in the group page, in the playlists, for you to know what was going on at that point. I'll keep it brief, keep it to the point. Never stop supporting the game show community and the game show hosts that are still alive today, and those up and coming that take over. But classic TV game shows should never be forgotten. We should continue to play them with our friends in the community on Discord, in FVG Productions, in the 3000 network, here on All TV and Sports Channel, on the 25. And anyone who posts old classic game shows, never stop posting the classic game shows, especially the Barry and Enright series, because it's a classic that will never die. It will always live on with great memories with fantastic contestants winning cash and prizes, including the biggest winner of Tic-Tac-Toe, Tom McKee, with $312,700 at that time. Thank you, Wink, for 73 great years. We miss you very much. From the WJAY studios in Oviedo, Florida, it's season 2 of Wipe Those Tears. With our tier masters, our statistician Brandon Bogard, the Mario Man Mark Leota, AVGN expert Gianni Pizzi, the Retro Arcade Boy Scott Seffy McVeigh, and our timekeeper, Andrew Hocking. Your host and moderator is Jason DeCanio. Okay, welcome everybody to this edition of Wipe Those Tears. Episode 53 is upon us. It's April 16th, 2025, and I'm your host, Jason DeCanio. Of course, hello, Tier Masters. Good evening.
Hello, Jason.
Yep. And as you can see, we're about 7 minutes already into this show because of the 6-minute tribute to the passing of the great Winston Martindale, which, as you can see on top of Brandon's screen, I think we all got a little teary-eyed on that one. That mess. That was.
Yeah, I was like, grab my tissue ready and wipe my own tears. That's the TEARS, of course.
We did wipe those tears. We wiped the tears of sadness and happiness. And well, tonight we're going to dedicate this show to the man who made 73 years funny. We have other couple of things to kind of run across to you tonight. Of course, we're going to be doing our Where Am I for our our quarter periods or our quarters. And also, too, we gained 5 more subscribers. So now we're up to 110. There we are, folks. Thank you for joining Jay's All TV and Sports Channel. And I hope you are enjoying the shows and the programs, because we're going to have some, like I said, we're going to have programs coming up in the next months, and during the summertime, I'll be definitely coming out with a new program as well. That's going to hopefully take us into September. In the meantime, anything you have to share with us before we go on? Because I know next week we won't be here because it's going to be Easter Sunday, and take a week off. And of course, Gianni will be back with us on the 30th, so he's enjoying a 3-week break. I don't know how Jesse Ortiz was doing. I asked him how his mom was doing. I hope she's doing okay, because she's still in the hospital, I guess. So hopefully all is well with her. Keep Jesse and his mom in your prayers, okay?
Cool.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started here with the explanation to the rules of the show. Here we go. Okay, now we're finishing up the S's and going to go into the T's tonight on the NES games. Andrew will give you 2 minutes. Yep. And, of course, you grade from 50 to 100 like we always do on cover art, playability, give you a little background, Mostly, I'm going to give you what the critics say. All right, and a little bit of gameplay on that. Okay.
Got it.
All right. Good job. All right, let's open up the board and play Wipe Those Tears. Okay, this is going to be the running order. As you can see, all of us are on the left side of the screen. All right. That's usually how we usually have it. Yanni's usually between Andrew and Scott. So, all right. We'll start off with the first game of tonight's list with Super Spike V-Ball. Ooh. A volleyball game. Put out by November 10th, 1989. Oh my gosh. They really did have a different cover art for the Japan version. It's a beach volleyball sports game released by Technos Japan Corporation. The arcade was distributed in North America by Taito, and the NES version was published by Nintendo in North America and the PAL region under the title of Super Spike V-Ball. It's basically like beach volleyball. You got two beach bums named George and Michael who make their living playing beach volleyball against locals. One day they find a flyer for a nationwide beach volleyball tournament offering the winning team a $2,500,000 cash prize. You can be in single mode, or you can probably play in double mode with the sports package, you know?
Yep.
So that's pretty good. Let's see what the reception was. In Japan, Game Machine listed U.S. Championship V-Ball on their September 15th, 1988 issue as being the sixth most successful table arcade unit of the month. Ooh. All right. So with all of that and the little information that I gave you, we start off with Brandon Bogard.
So while I like the look of the gameplay images is on the back cover, one of them, however, I'm not too thrilled. One of the characters is like trying to show off, and also, now I think about it. Okay. So really, one of the characters is like this.
Ah, yes, I see it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, on the front cover, these guys look creepy.
Of course.
One of them looks like Arnold Schwartz.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I'd be mocked.
Yeah, why is Terminator on the front cover of Super Spike V-Ball?
I see it now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give it an 84.
84. Okay.
Yeah.
Respectable high middle B there. And now we go to Mark Leota with Super Spike V-Ball.
All right, Super Spike V-Ball. Well, yeah, I have played a little bit of this game. Not really too much of it, but it still looks like a lot of fun. And yeah, that cover it's definitely very different from the Japanese cover, like you said.
Yeah.
Like those dudes all have like tans. They're all suntanned. And again, since this game is like basically during a summer setting, I guess that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
All right, I will give this an 89.
An 89. Okay. You got it. All right. Andrew, you're up with Super Spike V-Ball.
So I never heard this game. And I look at the cover, I'm like, okay, Brandon Bogart is absolutely right because the sunglasses and it looks like the Terminator, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brandon Bogart. Brandon Bogart's, he's got it right on the mark right there. Well done. Well done, Brandon. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I love it when you say that, Brandon. I love it when you say that. So for this one, I will go. You know what? I'm gonna go with 86.
86. Okay. All right. Okay, Scott, you're up with the Super Spike V-Ball.
Okay. Last week when we were just about ready to finish this, I did a little preview of looking at this. Looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad for a beach volleyball game. I'd rather have 2 women play beach volleyball than 2 men. But
Yeah.
that's all right.
Diversity.
So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. 85.
85. Okay.
And that is one, and I get the warm one up. That's why.
That's right. My question to you, Scott, is did you see this in the arcade back in the day?
No, I don't think it ever was an arcade game that I ever saw.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It did say it was part of the arcade part of that, but I don't know if it was okay. So if you didn't see it, but it might have shown up somewhere else, I guess.
Right, exactly.
Yep. I've heard of this game. In fact, it was told to us when if you ever look at the Mario Brothers, they have things to promote the different action sets and the different console sets. This was part of the Super Sports set because you got Super Spike V-Ball, you got the action gun, and I think you also got the power pad too, or one of the other things.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got Super Spike V-Ball with the Mario Brothers. So this was like part of the sports set game. Now, I'm not much of a volleyball guy myself. I do like to watch it. I would rather watch it than, play it. So cover art. Why does this guy look like he's got too much of a tan? I mean, come on.
Good eye, Jason. Good eye.
There's
They
always,
all have tan.
there's always so much you could put on color on the guy, before he looks like a red ripe tomato.
And who was doing the whistling one? That's a good idea. That's a good start on that one.
I mean, anymore, he's going to be redder than a tomato. I will say 75. I'll give the Scott special. 75.
All right.
Right.
Tomato. Is that how you're pronouncing it?
I'm going to tomato tonight, man. I'm just going.
Might as well.
All right, let's average it out. Here we go. Okay. Oh, this one's going to be in the B tier. Your first beat tonight. Wow. 83.8. Whoa. Okay. Reasonable.
All right.
Let's see if you guys get some A's tonight, That would be great.
We'll see.
Hey, we have so many A's last week because of Super Mario one. That's why.
And Super Jeopardy. Don't forget about that.
And that too. Add that too. And that too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Super Spy Hunter. Yeah. I know, it's kind of weird. Get over there, Cool World. What are you doing? Super Spy Hunter, put out by Sunsoft, September 27th, 1991.
And we lost connection, apparently.
Oh, no.
Well, at least Jason did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Right.
Oh, man. So now what?
Well, we'll just have to wait for him to come back.
Oh.
Well, even the scoreboard is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
He's refresh his page. That's why.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm starting off on this next one. But
Let me look at my notes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
yeah, but
let's just hold that thought for a moment till when Jason comes back. All right.
well, that's literally what I was just saying. So,
Well,
I guess while we're waiting on that, how was your day today, Brandon?
minutes before I came on, I was working on the final touches, putting all the clips together to complete the entire 6th episode of my Plum Show on my channel.
Oh, nice.
Just need to put it all together, and on Saturday, boom, you'll see it up. And trust me when I say it's an interesting one.
Yes.
Where I redefine words and have a weird mathematical thing.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think either his computer or his internet went out on him or something. I don't know.
One of the two.
For example, my 3rd episode, for example. Oh, sure.
Disneyland Paris Castle plus Hogwarts Castle equals Northern Air Temple.
Yeah, Disneyland Paris Castle plus Hogwarts Castle equals Northern Air Temple.
Mm-hmm.
That was just part of it.
They're both minus Clara equals 6. Spider-Man.
And we have Spider-Man.
Wait, hold that thought. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, thank you.
What happened? What happened?
Crash show
Oh, again, because I think I was on too long. Usually I don't come on till 8:30, but I recorded that in tribute, and you know how it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get right back to it.
Yeah. Well, I fixed everything to where it was because we only graded the one game, so I didn't have to make too many adjustments on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back to the way things were. Yep. Okay. All right. Good. Hopefully, you all kept yourself entertained.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just like talking about stuff, so
Okay. I had to fix it. All right. So we're up on Super Spy Hunter. That's the one we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you were trying to say before you crashed.
What I was trying to say before I crashed is that I was going to give a description of the game. I had it all the way up to about the time when, yeah. Okay, let's get it down here.
That was not me.
No, who was that? I don't even know who that was. Okay. All right. All right. Super Spy Hunter. September 27th, 1991. This is a pinball table based on Spy Hunter was released in 84 by Bally. The arcade game was ported to the ColecoVision in January of 85. There was an arcade sequel, Spy Hunter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And in the United States, it topped the Replay Upright arcade cabinet charts for 4 months during 84 in April, September, October, and November. It also topped the Play Meter dedicated cabinet charts for street locations in July of 84 and November of 84.
Mm-hmm.
Was the top 5 highest grossing arcade game of 1984. In 1995, Flux Magazine ranked the arcade version 29th on their top 100 video games. They praised the game's music, controls, and gameplay. Cool. So that's good. It's a vehicular combat game developed by Bally Midway, released for the arcades in 83, but ported to the NES in 91. It was a commercial success in America. And it's a vertical scrolling driving game where the player in the role of a spy driving an armed sports car. The object is to travel the freeway, destroying as many enemy vehicles as possible while protecting civilian vehicles. So, Scott, you might have saw this during the time it was in the arcades.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, good. Can't wait to hear that commentary. But this time we'll start with Mark Leota to bat us off with Super Spy Hunter.
Okay, yeah. Definitely like that cover. I mean, I don't think I played the game, but that cover definitely looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like what? Like that's not like really affiliated with James Bond. I don't think, is it?
Not exactly, but it's very similar.
Very similar, but not a mention of James Bond, nor to the movie or to.
Okay.
It's kind of like a tribute.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will give this one an 82.
An 82. Okay. Good job. Okay. Andrew, you're up with Super Spy Hunter.
So I never heard of this game, and I look at the cover. Okay, now this is a better cover because they got the big helicopter and a very nice fast car, of course. So for this, and of course for this game, if I find this game, I will definitely give it a try. So for this one, I will get this one. I'm going to give it a double 88.
88. Okay. All right. Okay, Scott, let's hear it from Super Spy Hunter.
Yeah. This was one of those games that I actually liked when it was in the arcade. Let's just be honest. I've played both this and the Spy Hunter 2. I prefer the original over the sequel for the fact that it had better graphics, in my opinion, though. But then again, also the fact that you had all these different weapons you can acquire, too, that was pretty neat. This version of the NES game actually is like an enhanced version, kind of like what the sequel should have been in the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
because you get to do other things like racing a boat and other things like that. And I really liked this game itself. It was a little tough at first, when you play it at home, but once you get used to the idea, having to shoot only the blue cars, leave the red ones alone, and all that, or else you get no points at all for scoring. It's a 95.
All right, 95.
Okay, all right.
First Taco Bell of the night. Okay, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Super Spy Hunter.
I do wish the gameplay images. I wish they were a little more darker.
Mm-hmm.
That way, it fits more of the front cover.
Yeah.
Plus, just let's reading what the back cover says. I'm just gonna give it a 77.
77. Okay. Got it. All right. Okay, so I have heard of the game. Yes, I've heard of Spy Hunter, but I've never really gotten into it. Because with all those other racing games out there, like RC Pro-Am, Rad Racer, this one, I just couldn't get involved with it. But I do like the cover art. Very, very nighttime-ish. Like that with his headlights. You can actually see they got nice detail on the headlights. And the red car is on there, so that gives it a great balance. I'm going to have to agree with Scott. 95. Yeah.
And double up.
Oh, one last thing before I forget. They had a theme song in the game here. It was the Peter Gunn theme.
Ah, very good.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So, I forgot to mention that in my talk, but that's okay.
That's okay. It's all right. It doesn't have any effect on your score. You still gave it a 95, so you're locked in. You're good. All right, here we go with the average. Right next to Super Spike V-Ball, 87.4. Great job, guys. 2 B's in a row. That's a good score. All right, let's take a break and get to the end of the first quarter here. I know we only went through 2 games, but,
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Goody. All right. We're playing Where Am I tonight? I'm going to show the Where Am I card. There it is. And you guys are ready for the first of 3 clues with clue number 1. I am an Asian country. I will at the Asian countries now.
Good.
Clue number 2. In 1883, I had one of the biggest volcanic eruptions ever. Mhm. And clue number 3. I have 13,000 islands.
Ooh, ooh.
13,600 islands, to be exact. 13,600 islands. Okay, those are your first 3 clues. Quarter number 1 is done. Anybody need to take a break?
I'm good.
Oh.
Good to go? All right. Let's move on to the second quarter. All right. Okay, we'll take care of that. That's down, and we're ready to go for the next game up on the list, which is looks like Super Team.
Super Team Games.
Yeah.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Okay, Super Team Games put out by Human Entertainment, Bandai Nintendo, on November 27th, 1987. There's 11 video games which were created for the use with the accessory of the Power Pad. So
Oh.
Power Pad. This was one of the games that was compatible with it. Yes. So Super Team Games. Let me see if there's just a little bit of information on this one for you. Yeah, it's a game that was published by Bandai. It consists of a group of different summer camp style contests that utilize side B of the Power Pad Family Trainer. That's all I have on it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Andrew Hawking. You're up with Super Team Games.
So I never heard this game, and I was looking at the cover like, okay, once again, another game with a power pad. Once again.
Yep, that's for sure.
It's true.
So, and you know what? For this one, I'm gonna give it a Scott Special of 75.
A Scott 75. You got it. Okay. And now, who is the owner of the Scott Special? Scott McVeigh.
Yeah, this is one of those.
You
I
mean
don't
creator?
know.
Bless you. Yeah.
That's
Oh boy.
I'm okay, guys. Don't worry.
No, you're all right.
Well, let's be honest. This is one that I've never seen, never played, so I can't really do too much about it. It did look interesting, the fact that you can actually use physical activity here for these fun little games. Is my name. It's my number. You know it.
Yep.
75.
Gonna double up.
Double up time. Double up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott Special 75. 275s. Okay, Brandon Bogard.
Well, I'm thrilled with the colors that they're using on both the gameplay images and on the front cover.
Mm-hmm.
I am, as far as the graphics look, this feels more South Park-ish. Because I feel there's some part of me looking at the gameplay images like, I don't know if they're doing like this. Instead, I feel like they're like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of feel I'm getting. I don't know what the thing is. Also, course events, like as the back cover says, like crab walk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's so eventy about a crab walk?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I'm gonna give it a 91 though.
Wow.
Whoa! Talk about time.
Wow. Talk about just faking everybody out on the panel and We thought you were going to fail it or give it a D or an F. So, no, 91. Okay, Mark, you're up
No
with the Super
chance.
Team games. Yeah.
Okay, I have not really seen this game, played this game, or even heard of this game, so there's not really too much I can say about this. I'm gonna give it a 78.
78. Okay. Yeah, that's good. 78. All right. Well, I haven't seen the game either, but if it's one of those games with the power pad, I never owned one. And I was going to ask you guys, none of you, how many owned a power pad in the day?
Not me.
Nope.
Scott didn't. Okay.
I didn't even have an NES. That tells you something.
Oh
right
wow! Right there you go. See.
Okay, you see, I'm not. He's not the only one who
He's
didn't
not
have
the
a
only
good-
one. That's right. And as far as me, I didn't get my Nintendo until 1990. But the only accessory I had was the Zapper gun, and I hardly ever used that too.
Yeah.
Cover art wise, it looks a little cartoonish. Looks like they're having fun jumping over that log, God willing.
Mhm.
Log rolling. I mean, I've seen that on the World Games, and I played the World Games, which I think is down on the bottom of our list in the W's.
Mhm.
So with this, I am going to give it the ever popular D and 65.
Ooh, launcher. I have to say that, Jason. I have to say that.
All right, 65 there. Let's average it out. Okay. One right there in the C tier, 76.8.
Oh, just a little pass on the Scott special.
Yep. 2 B's and a C. And now we go to the next game on the list. Super Terracon. Wow. Look, not Superman. Yeah. This is Super Terracon, put out by Rainbow Arts Imagineer. 1992 was unreleased. And it was not to be confused with Super Terracon, the 1993 video game. There was a 1992 one. Several changes have been made in comparison to the original games. 4 difficulty levels, the possibility to run faster by holding the fire button, no time limit, and no checkpoint, so the player has to start the level at the beginning after dying.
Ooh.
This Super Terracon for the NES uses the same basic story premise previously seen in the instruction manual of Terracane or Terracon 2, The Final Fight, which differs from its actual story as seen in the introductory sequence and takes place in the setting of fictional planet Ladorian.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, brave rebellious fighters destroyed the menacing hordes of the machine and its tyranny spreading satellite, which circled the planet of the brave, the planet called Ladorian. Sounds like DeLorean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Terracon for the Nintendo was met with mostly positive reception from the critics. So it got probably got some pretty good critiquing if we could give it more time on it. All right, Scott, you're up with the Super Terracon game.
Yeah, this is one of those titles that has been around forever and has been on a lot of things from old computers to, game consoles and everything like that. It's not bad for a European created game, though, if you think about it, though, especially, with basically you got this guy in a suit blasting stuff here, jumping around here. Pretty simple, like, platformer, but like I said, depending on the version you see, depends on how good the graphics look. This is not bad. 83.
83. Okay. All right, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Super Terracon.
Looking at this guy, both the back and front cover was like this.
Got that
weed
scratch.
every day.
Like that,
I
Yeah, there, yeah.
don't know what he's trying to be even. And on top of that, on the back cover, you have like a pterodactyl with an alien.
Well, it is an alien boy.
Yeah.
This is just so weird. This time I will not do it. 69.
Oh,
Launch up!
yeah. All right, 83 and 69. Oh my god, I can't even type 69 in there. There we go. All right, 83 and 69, and now we go to Mark Leota with Super Terracon.
Yeah, I have not heard of this game either. 69.
Double up.
Oh,
Oh,
and another launch shot!
That
Yep.
one, yeah.
okay. That's two D's and a B, and now we go to Andrew Hocking.
So I also never heard this game. I look at the cover and I thought, okay, that score should not go into the D tier, of course. And I look at the cover and I think he's like almost posing for Mr. Olympian.
Another Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. So for this one, I'm gonna keep it right into the B tier. I'm gonna go with 81.
81. Okay. All right. You know, I wonder how many references you're going to do for Arnold Schwarzenegger tonight, Andrew.
Yeah.
We're going to be a long night with Schwartz, you know? I can tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
All right. I've never seen this game before, though I'm impressed with the cover art. Although he's looking like, what am I doing here? You suck. You stupid.
Mm-hmm.
He is totally he's going to shoot anything and everything he can possibly get his hands on. This guy. He's out for justice. He's out for blood. God willing, if he gets through the game in one piece, and there are no time limits, there's no checkpoints, and the difficulty of the 4 levels, yeah, no wonder. I'm going to go with 58.
Launch shot!
58. Just cannot see. I hate difficult games. That's kind of almost like Karate Kid. Well, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's average it
Jason,
out.
you're not alone. I don't like hard games either.
Yeah, that just takes away from the enjoyment of it. Yep. All right, let's average it out. Ooh. Another C in the tier. 72. Even.
Still pass, still be all right.
Yeah, definitely. Next up is yes. Aha. We all love Superman in every which way, shape, or form. But this one was put out by Kemco in December 26, 1987. And it was based on the DC Comics character, of course. It was replaced. Okay, the Japanese release featured the synthesized version of the 78 film score, but in this, it was replaced by music from another Kemco title, Indora no Hakari, or a fantasy role-playing game released the same year for the Famicom. You control Superman on a quest to save the city of Metropolis from the evil Lex Luthor and a gang of criminals that were exiled from the planet Krypton. Side-scrolling game. And, well, you know the whole story. Even General Zod is in them as well, too. Ursa, Nan is in it. The Statue of Freedom. Yep. Yeah, the Daily Planet. You have all the characters pretty much from the movie, including Clark Kent himself. So we're going to start it back up at the top of the order with Brandon Bogard.
It's a weird joke to start with, but here it goes. So I couldn't help but notice that you didn't wash your hands in the invisible.
Oh, I see. There it is. Oh my goodness. Show and tell time.
Every day.
Oh, wow, now.
Had to go there. Just
Yeah.
had to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to be a little nicer to it though, from the looks of it, I'm still gonna give it a 91.
A 91. Wow. Taco Bell.
Superman. What are you gonna do?
Yep. All right. Now we go to Mark with Superman.
Well, I have not played this version of Superman, nor do I own it, but it probably looks a lot better than the version that they would later put out on the N64. I will tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I've seen gameplay of the N64 version, and that one's terrible.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, as for this NES game, you know what? Call me bold for this, but I'm going to give it a 91 for this one.
Going to double up with Brandon Bogard. Wow. 2 91s. And now Mr. Hawking with Superman.
So I never heard this game, but I now that there's show and tell.
Aha, Lois and Clark. Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite.
And I'm not down for the show and tell one on my coffee mug right there, of course.
There you go.
If everybody can see it, of course.
You got it.
So, you know what? I'm gonna give this a first perfect score of the night, 100.
Whoa! Wow! Talk about a perfect score. All right, Scott, you're up with Superman.
Okay, this game is weird. First of all, I'm looking at pictures and I'm seeing chibi-fied versions of Superman. We're talking about little tiny visions of Superman.
Yeah.
Little guys, trying to beat up here and all that there. He looks like he's tiny. He's not supposed to be tiny. And then what's even weirder, and I shared this in the chat, it's a picture of that Lady Liberty, or whatever they call that statue, talking to his Superman saying, "I'll watch over you. Now go, Superman." Seriously. When does the Statue of Liberty talk? I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
You can tell this is silly. This game is just, trust me, there are better Superman games and there are worse Superman games. Let's be honest on there. So this is going to be a 70.
Oh,
okay, all right.
You haven't logged it in yet, have you? I want to change that.
Oh, you
I
want to change it?
down to 65.
Oh, long shot.
All right. Hold on. I have not let me clear the entry.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I should have went down a little bit earlier, but lower earlier.
That's all right. I'll okay, we're at 282. You were gonna give it a 65. All right. And a long shot. Okay. All right. Now look, I have heard of Superman before, but I'll tell you, one of my favorite Superman games is not this one. My favorite is the action one from the Atari 2600.
Oh,
That's the one I remember playing the most. And you know what? It's funny because when I was a kid growing up, I didn't know how to play the game, so I was just futzing around with it. Well, I finally found the manual that went with that game when I got a refurbished Atari sometime in the late 80s. Still up in New York, and I found out how to play the game and where everything was, and I finally beat the game and actually got a good time on it because it was all based on time. So because of that great accomplishment, that was my favorite game. This, I don't know what it was. I did see the arcade game, and I must say the arcade game, you could waste a lot of quarters with this game.
It is an interesting title, and that's a Taito title as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arcade is from Taito.
Yeah. So I mean, anything, you know, and even I think James has done Superman as far as AVGN, so I know Gianni would definitely agree with me that Superman is an ass hard game to play on any version of any console.
No kidding.
So I'm gonna go even lower than Scott and say 60. Yep. Yeah. Cruncho. Yep. All right, let's average it out. It's actually going in the B tier, 81.4. Look at that. Those 291s.
And the perfect one. And the perfect 100.
Perfect 100. But yep, those two Steves that me and Scott gave it brought it down to the MP. All right. Okay. Got time for one more before we go to halftime. So let's go ahead and look at it. Swamp Thing is next. Oh, boy. Wow. All right. Yep. Swamp Thing by Imagineering and THQ, December 1992. This is a platform video game based on the animated series of the same name of the DC Comics superhero character. And Swamp Thing title was also in development by Microsmiths for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, but it was canceled. Would have been published by New Vision Entertainment. This version of the NES Swamp Thing borrows the game engine from The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. And aside from marginal graphics, the NES Swamp Thing has received average to generally negative reviews for its high difficulty, poor music, and dull gameplay. While perhaps faring better than its NES counterpart, the Game Boy version of Swamp Thing was not met with high praise either, getting a 2.5 out of 5 score from Nintendo Power.
Did you just say what kind of music did you say it was?
It was poor music and dull gameplay.
Poor music. Okay. From my hearing, it sounded like you said porn music.
Porn music.
It would actually make this
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Scared me there.
Oh jeez! Oh god! Oh jeez!
We start with Mark Dakota with this one, wherever he is.
Mark, where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay.
You're up first.
Swamp Thing.
Okay, yeah, Swamp Thing. Oh boy, this I really don't know what to make of this. I mean, I have not even seen this game. I've never even heard of this. Like what the heck does that creature look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just give this a 64.
Oh my god! Long shots!
That's pretty much spelling it out in a nutshell. Yep. Okay, Andrew, you're up with Swamp Thing.
Okay, first of all, I never heard this game, and I look at the cover like, okay, this cover was worse than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, if I can find this game, I'm gonna revise. I'm not gonna play this one. So for this one, what did Mark scored on this one?
64.
Well, guess what? Give it the double up, ready?
The double up. Oh boy, there it is. And Cruncho.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew. All right, Scott, you're up with Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said 50.
Long jaw time! Crunch! Boom!
Oh. Okay. That's 2 D's and an F, and now we go to Brandon Bogard. Swamp Thing.
I'm gonna be a little bit nicer with this one. So
Oh,
I don't find it bad. I think the front cover looks fine as far as what it represents. Even one of the gameplay images, this guy is a pretty dark blue. I'm glad that it's a more lighter dark blue, because had it gone a little darker, it wouldn't be like Swamp Thing. It'd be like another Friday the 13th game. But luckily, this guy didn't go darker with the color.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 75.
oh, Scott special.
A 75. All right. Wow. Swamp Thing. Oh my God. You know, I've heard of the movie before, and I thought the movie was a lot more hideous than the actual, you know. Maybe they toned this down because of the kids, you know.
Oh,
The cover art is too much green, too much yellow, too much red. I can't even tell where Swamp Thing's face is. He looks like the big green clean machine.
I can tell.
And if I ever thought Jolly Green Giant ever had a twin brother, this guy would be definitely it.
Very good.
I got to go with Scott. Double up, 50. Yeah.
Oh, and another long shot.
Oh, yeah. Cruncho. Yeah. All right, let's have
this is gonna be the worst rate average.
Oh.
Oh, get ready for the sound. Get ready for the launch out again.
Now it's what we call a 60.6, and that is a horn.
And long shot.
Yeah, 60.6, just barely passed. We almost went into the F tier, and
I tell you, 6, like low pass on the F grade. That's why.
yeah, that's your first D of the night, gentlemen. All right, time to go to halftime. Yeah. All right, let's get there and go to the next three clues of where am I? And here we go with clue number 4. Clue number 4 is I am the 4th most populous country. Okay. And clue number 5. I have the world's largest Muslim population. And clue number 6. I was once the Dutch East Indies. Okay. Those are your clues. Anybody need to take a break?
I gotta refill my water bottle.
All right. In the meantime, we'll go to we're in halftime. So, Andrew Hawking, please give us the statistics of who got what.
Okay, on the first and second parts of this episode, we got Scott, a combined total of 2.
Good job.
As well as Mark and myself, we also got 2 apiece.
Yay.
So you, Jason, and Brandon still got 3rd and 4th quarters, so you can still get 1. You can still get 1 in the 3rd or 4th quarters.
All right, very good. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, but thank you, Andrew, for those running statistics. All right, we're waiting on Brandon Bogard. In the meantime, we thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's show. Hope you enjoyed the tribute to Winston Wig Martindale. I know that kind of took away for the first 6 minutes of the show, but we are dedicating this show to Mr. Martindale and to his family. We miss you very much, Wink.
Yeah, and also, breaking news quickly before we get back. The Montreal Canadiens are clinched their final playoff spot already.
Oh, wow. For all you
Okay, sorry, Columbus. No playoffs for you then, I guess.
So now Montreal's going to be playing against Washington in the finals, in the playoffs. I mean, correct myself on that one.
Yep.
Washington's gonna plaster them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got
Brandon Bogarts already came back, so let's get back to it.
yep.
Backity
All right.
backity back.
We're ready to go back and get ready for the next game. So let's start it up.
We did 6 games so far, right?
Let me check my notes. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Okay, sweet.
Yep. Still the
It's
yes.
good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I kept track of my book. That's why.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next one up on the list is Swordmaster. Ooh. All right. This one was put out by Athena at Activision, December 1990. This is a side-scrolling action game developed by Athena, by Activision. The game is set in medieval fantasy setting and focuses primarily on strategic fighting using shield and sword. The game is also one of the NES games to include parallax scrolling. The Swordmaster as a knight is a knight who was summoned into a kingdom in order to defeat an evil wizard and powerful demon which he summoned. The game follows the knight as he marches through forest, village, and all around the enemy's castle until both the wizard and the demon are destroyed. The player must use the sword and the shield to battle through 7 game levels, from the forest to a cursed town to multiple levels of the villain's castle lair. Wow. You encounter giant bats, wolves, skeleton warriors, evil knights, wizards, barbarians, lizard men, gargoyles, and other fierce enemies of his quest. Wow. All right. That's all she wrote on that game. Swordmaster. Looks furious. Okay, we go to Andrew Hawking now with Swordmaster.
So I never heard this game out, and I can look at the cover. Okay, I like games with knights and swords, all that. So for this one, I like the font. I like where the sword is, where the T is, right down in the word master.
Yeah.
So for this one, I will give this one 87.
87. Okay. Like that. All right. Okay, Scott, we got Swordmaster.
This is different, though. Simple looking cover art here, but at least the fact that they tried to include several screenshots on the front cover as well as the back cover probably tells you a little bit more about this, what the game looks like as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually is a little bonus that I kind of like about just the cover art. Looking at pictures of the gameplay, it looks impressive, though. Someone actually, according to one of the links I'm seeing here, is trying to compare it to ActRaiser from the Super Nintendo, being like a side scroller with the sword and stuff like that. Trying to go after enemies, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a nice little thing. Just for the fact that this game is one of the few games that actually include screenshots on the front of the cover, this gets an 85.
An 85. All right. Okay. All right, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Swordmaster.
Most of the gameplay. I just heard an echo on my end. What the heck?
Yeah.
As I was trying to say, most of the what?
Go ahead. You're good.
As I was trying to say, most of the gameplay images look good, except for a couple of them. One of them, the knight is fighting a really long mouse. Another is fighting some kind of king with it only his part of a t-shirt and a cape on and his underwear and
Smoke weed.
If ever you
Unbelievable!
you know, he's taking his long johns.
gets a little weirder. Hang in there.
Yeah.
It gets weirder. There's one more.
Uh-huh.
The knight is fighting another dragon, And apparently, this dragon is doing karate.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Made me lose several points for it, but not a whole lot. Those three. Everything else looks solid. I'm gonna give it a 91.
Whoa!
Whoa! And hey!
Yeah.
After all those insulting, well, I don't know if you want to find it insulting, but I thought you were going to give it such a lower grade than 91. Whoa. Okay. We go to Mark Leota with Swordmaster.
Mhm.
Yeah, Stormmaster. I don't think I've even heard of this one either. Guess one of those more obscure ones, like maybe some sort of action combat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of this one too much. I'll just give this one a 77.
77. All right. Okay. You know, this, I never saw this game, but it reminds me of one that I remember. I think it was for the Commodore 64. It was called Jousting, or not Jousting, but a sword fight, where there were two snakes with the timer on the pole, and you had to slice the guy's head off in order to win. I don't know if does anybody remember that game?
No.
Or Scott, do you remember that one?
For which one was that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one.
It was two guys with swords. It was almost like Highlander, but it was for the Commodore 64, and you had to fight him and slice his head off in order to defeat him or knock him out, or the one with the snake used to eat the time up, and the one with if you ran out of time, you got defeated that way.
I guess I never heard of this one, even though I did have an old Commodore computer, though.
Yeah, and I remember playing it at a friend's house and loved it. I loved the gameplay and everything. This is what it reminds me of, because I don't think it was for Nintendo either. But the cover art looks great, so I'm going to give this a solid 85. I will give it an 85, yeah. Well, I like night games. They're good, but the side-scrolling ones, no. But I like the one-on-one with the sword fights, you know?
There you
Where
go.
they fool at each other. I'll look it up eventually. I'll find it. Let's average this one out here. Well, this one's going in the B tier, guys. 85 even. How about that?
Hey, the average to my own score.
Yeah. And I give it an 85 as well, too. There we go. We doubled up. Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
You forgot to double up, Jason. You forgot to double up already.
Yeah, my bad. We got it, though. We covered it.
We always fix our mistakes and we always got that correct, and that's why.
Yep. Next up, guys, is the final S game of the night looks like Swords and Serpents.
Oh, yeah.
This is put out by Interplay Productions, Acclaim Entertainment, August 1990. And this is a fantasy role-playing video game where the player controls a party of 4 adventurers on a dungeon-crawling quest to destroy a terrible serpent. Along the way, the party encounters an onslaught of fantasy monsters and collects gold and treasure while gaining experience points needed to raise their individual attributes, as well as purchasing equipment from shops within the dungeon. Don't you just love those experience points, gentlemen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamers reviewed the game in 2005, gave it an 8 out of 10, summarizing that Swords and Serpents is the very definition of dungeon crawler and embodies most everything you may dread about that phrase. And if you're one of the very few who lives for this sort of thing, though, Swords and Serpents is one of the best the NES ever saw. Okay, we are starting with Scott, right?
Yeah.
Scott, you're up with Swords and Serpents.
Okay, well, I've never played this type of game here too often. I keep hearing some great stuff. Just looking at the screens there, they have made some beautiful images of some of the characters you interact with, both monsters and the other people there. For an NES game, these look absolutely gorgeous, though. Even if it isn't just only a small part of the screen, though. with the rest of your stats and all that to the other sides there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cover art. Oh my god, what the heck is that giant snake monster? Good lord. Oh, that is ugly. But I like the fact that you can do 4 players individually here, and each player can do, use their own controller, which is kind of a nice idea. Shoot, I can't really give a good score on this one, but I will say, just because of the great drawings on the main screens themselves, it's an 83.
An 83. All right. Scott, I have a feeling that you could use the NES satellite with this game with the 4 players.
That's what I'm seeing on the front cover here. So there you go.
Yeah, that would make really good sense to it. That's why I think everybody bought the satellite for that reason. Any of those 4-player controllers, get a bunch of kids and have fun with it, right?
Right.
Okay, we go to Brandon Bogard with Swords and Serpents.
Okay. So, shoot, where I had it there. All right. Now I gotta. Okay. Now I'm ready to grade it. So, I do like how this is structured, and a couple things. Do like the knight on one of the gameplay images, like the snake in one of the gameplay images. I like the zombie in one of the gameplay images too. Plus, that one zombie that has SpongeBob ick all over him. Not only that, he also looks like a troll. And I don't mean an internet troll. I mean like an actual troll from a troll bridge.
Oh,
You're good. You're good.
But then on the other image on the back cover, Old Sage. There's an Old Sage aids you on your quest. That Old Sage looks like Muriel Finster from Recess.
Smoke weed every day.
oh.
With that, I'm gonna give it a 70.
Oh,
Okay, it's still pass.
All right, we got an 83 to 70, and now we go to Mark Leota with Swords and Serpents.
Yeah, I definitely have not played this. Let's see. Ooh, scary looking cover there. If I'm being completely honest.
No, you're all right. You're fine.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary looking cover. A 68.
Ooh.
Oh, long shot!
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't want to pass it. They gives it a D, and now we go to Andrew Hocking with Swords and Serpents.
So I never heard this game. I look at the cover. Okay, those 3 characters are almost just like the 2 of the guys are from the same thing I said before. Almost like Lister Olympians again.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
Like the one with the carrying the axe is posing that, and that is showing your muscles on that. And same for the female one on the left one, of course.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, because when it comes to those 3 characters, I almost gonna blush myself on that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this number. Oh, okay, Andrew, calm down. I'm gonna give this a 99.
Oh, Jesus God.
The reason why I said that number because of the 3 characters I like on the cover. That's why.
Oh, one fry short of a Happy Meal. I really thought you were perfect scoring it the way you just.
I thought so too.
Oh my God. What is your opinion on this game? Well, now I tell you, I am a huge fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and if this is one of those role-playing games, I'm all for it. But let me tell you something: I would rather actually play the board game and make up my own.
Right.
I would actually make up my own ones with experience points. My friend used to do that all the time. So I can't see myself buying this game because of the fact that I could just easily make up something, put a map on the floor or on a table, and just go with it.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, suffice it to say the cover art is great, but unfortunately with the gameplay, waste of game for me. So I have to give it 65.
And launch on.
So I can easily spend my money on actually buying the metallic figures and all of that as well too. Yep. Let's go ahead and average it out and see what we have.
I gotta stop blushing on that cover. That's why. That's why I'm cooling myself down. That's why.
All right. We actually got it 77 in the C tier. All right.
Not bad.
Is my cheek still blushing, or is it disappeared already?
Nah, you're still blushing, you overheated bum.
I cannot believe I said a 99. I cannot believe
In other
it.
words, you got
That, yes, of course.
Or Andrew got a.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. Thank you. Continue on with the next one, please, before I go crazy on that one.
All right, guys, let's get back onto the focus train here. We got
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, we're in a new alphabet letter T with taboo.
I'd like to point out before we do, in total, there's going to be 51 T's in this.
Ooh.
Here for a while.
T games.
Oh, yeah.
51. Holy.
Well, that takes up the bulk of what we got basically left. Yeah. I can see the
Yeah.
All right. Well, with Taboo, the Sixth Sense, as they call it, put out by Trade West, April 1989. This is a tarot card reading simulation developed by Rare and Trade West. Gives users a tarot reading where the dealer automatically shuffles the cards. It's the only NES game to carry two warnings that it is for players ages 14 and older and is also for entertainment purposes only. Taboo was marketed as a party game that multiple adults could enjoy simultaneously. And the urban legend surrounding Taboo states that the game has accurately predicted the deaths of some of its young players. Whoa.
Oh.
That is freaky. Okay, we go back to the top of the order with the statistician himself, Brandon Bogard. Taboo.
Yeah, Taboo, the Sixth Sense. And I guess I was reading like the back cover, and I was trying to like figure out most of like what this is, and it was talking about future events. Like, how could a video game with this kind of technology predict the future?
Yeah, right.
And with that said, I'm gonna just give it an 82.
An 82. All right. Okay. All right. Now we go to Mark Leota with Taboo, the Sixth Sense.
All right, well, Taboo. Always fun, Taboo. All right. You know what? Let's give this a 95.
Whoa, 95. Holy cow. Okay, difference of opinion there. And now Andrew Hocking. What do you have to say about Taboo?
So I never heard this game, and I look at the cover. Okay, this I never heard a Taboo with tarot cards, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, can I get a drum roll, please, Mr. Bogard?
Yeah, 99. Oh, so close to that 100. Wow.
That's the second time that was close to the perfect. That's why.
My goodness. Okay. All right, Scott, you're up with Taboo, the Sixth Sense.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a game. This is a cheap way to get. This is basically a cheap way for someone to blow $40 for a simple 5-minute tarot card reading here.
$40.
Pretty much. That's how much it would cost back then there as well.
Yeah.
This, like I said, you play it once. There's no real reason to play it again. 5-0 Zippo.
Oh,
long shot.
yeah.
Okay, just for the fact that it's $40,
Great googly moogly.
Exactly.
that's
No, you can take $40
Smoke
and
weed every day.
yeah. All right, now, like I have to agree with Scott. You could easily go to a psychic palmist, palm reader. Palm reader. Ha ha ha.
That's the one on your hand, not the tree, the hand. That's why.
No, the
There
hand.
you
The
go.
hand is quicker than the tree. That's it. But you spend the same amount of money, and look, if you're the tarot cards, go get the real thing. Study up on it, read it, but don't waste your time with this game. And that
Mhm.
ugly cover art.
It
Pew.
is.
Oh, 50.
Double up on this one. And long shot.
All right, let's see what the average is, God willing.
Please to God, hope it's in this Steve.
Whoa! Oh my! Well, it's actually going in the C tier, 75.2. It's actually
Oh.
holy cow! Got an itchy nose. Well, that's what you get, Andrew, with that high 99. It takes it all the way down to the C tier.
Yeah.
Oh, now we go to the one game that was in the mix of all of this. The game of tag team Muscle.
Oh.
I think that I had to keep, putting into the, into the mix down there because it was way up at the top in the M's.
Yes,
Mhm.
we have held on to this for a long time. I held on to my original score for this for a while, and now it changed. But let's go on.
Yep, this is Tag Team Match or Muscle. It's by Bandai, November 8th, 1985. Wow. Yeah. It's a fighting game developed by Tozai and published by Bandai. Let's see. It has 8 playable characters, each with his own special move. And it has 2 modes, one requiring the player to defeat a computer opponent, while the other requires 2 players to fight against each other. You have several different characters, including Buffalo Man, Wars Man, Ashuraman, Brocken Jr., Geronimo, Robin Mask, Ramen Man, Terry Man, and Kinakukaman.
Like, who came up with those names? Who came up with those names? Like, who came up with those names?
Man, that's all I can say.
Oh.
And despite all the craziness, the game sold 1.5 million units in Japan. Holy cow!
Uh-huh.
That name Kinakukaman is going to stay in my brain for a while.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
All right, who do we start with this time? Mark, right?
Mark. Mr. Mark.
You're up with Tag Team Musal.
Ooh, tag team muscle
The
wrestling.
one we've been
Ooh.
pulling off for about 5 to 10 episodes at least.
Yeah.
Finally got you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played this game. Yeah. Guess it's kind of like wrestling or something like that.
Yeah.
Almost like sumo wrestling at that.
It looks like it, yeah.
All right, 73.
73. All right. All right. Mr. Kinakukaman.
I cannot believe you brought that up. Okay. For this game, I never heard this game, and I look at the cover. Okay, this is the best cover ever. The best, because wrestling is one of my favorite specialties, of course.
Yep.
So, you know what? Let's get a perfect 100 in this one.
Oh, why not? Right? Give it 100. There you go.
Can't forget about that.
You are the Kinakukaman of wrestling. You know that?
There you go.
Okay, Mr. Scott. All right, you're up to tag team Musal.
Yeah, now I remember before the video game came out, there was these cute little, I guess you could say pinkish, rubberized figures that were based off the Ultimate Muscle, which was loosely based off the anime series Kinnikuman, which actually, and in the 2000s, I believe, they had a sequel TV series actually come to the United States called Ultimate Muscle. And I saw that. I remember watching that weekly on the Fox Kids on Fox Kids, though. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of like was the precursor. It's a cute little wrestling game. I love the fact that the main character is trying to do a big old body slam from somewhere. This is kind of cool, though. Now, I liked the anime. This is from the 2000s. I like that one. This game. It's okay. It's going to get you a 86.
86. Okay. All right, Mr. Terry Mon Bogard.
Cherry. Cherry.
Terry Mon. He's one of the wrestlers. Yeah, there's Terry Mon and
Sound like you said Cherry.
there is Terry Mon, Robin Mask, Inakukamon, Ramen Man.
Well, sounded less like Terry, more like Cherry. For
Yeah.
that.
Terry Mon.
There's your I think Brandon's seeing red.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at the gameplay images is I guess the first gameplay image is fine. Second one, I don't think they're wrestling. I think they're forming like a totem pole.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Plus, on the front, then we have the front cover. The guy's in a night suit.
Yeah, that's the night, mask or something like that. Yeah,
I think that's Robin Mask, I think.
yeah, that's Robin Mask, the one in the night. Yeah,
Yeah. He has a tower bridge and an Argentinian backbreaker.
What the?
Jesus.
like I said, watch the anime. You might learn something.
Anyway,
Smoke weed every day.
my original score was 76.
Uh-huh.
After looking at it again, it's now changed. It's lost 5 points.
71, huh?
Yep.
You got it. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. We got everybody's score?
You're the only one, Jason.
Okay. Well, I guess I would consider myself Ramen Man or Geronimo. I don't know.
I almost wonder if Wrestler Curry Man was loosely based on Ramen Man.
I don't know. Maybe he was. Who knows? That would be like your Ramen Man would be like your ramen man. Nice slurping noodles every 5 minutes while the ref is counting the 3. The finishing move, the bow in the face. This guy looks like he's spurting out. He just jumped out of a plane and went, Geronimo!
Guys yelling Geronimo, and out comes an Indian.
No parachute. No parachute.
No parachute. Mom, look, I got no parachute.
I got
Now,
a parachute, Mom.
Now, I played the original wrestling game for Nintendo, which is
Where's
down
that
here,
guy?
guys.
Yeah.
The original wrestling game, which is over, where is it? I don't even know where it is. not even part of our lineup. No.
I think we did that already. We
We
already
did?
did pro wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was under P. Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
I wonder where we put it in the. I wonder where we put it. I guess we put it in the B's or something. I don't know.
I have.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, or was it an A? I don't even know.
I
That's a
think
good.
it might have been.
You better, Jason. You better speak because you only got less than 20 seconds left.
Pro wrestling was there. Okay. This one I'm giving F 50.
Oh, long shot!
One
Wow.
shot. Yeah. I'd rather play pro wrestling.
Oh, Jason, you only got 12 seconds left.
I really wanted to milk that one and get enough insults in as possible.
Oh, let's get the average. Let's get the average.
All right. Okay, this one's going in the C tier if it wants to stay up there. It's going right next to Taboo at 76 even. All right. That's the end of the third quarter.
Break time.
Okay, let's go ahead and get our final clues to the Where Am I? And see, has anybody got an idea of what we're talking about? Where
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
I think I already got it. I think I already got it already.
Yeah, that's number
Okay.
3.
Got like, after clue 3. Oh boy,
Yeah.
that was quick. Because I mean, you guys were so quiet there. I thought maybe I finally got him stumped. All of yous.
Not me. Not me.
Maybe so far.
All right, clue number 7. Here we go. In 2003, a tsunami devastated part of me. Okay. Now we got clue number 8. I am famous for the tourist island Bali. And clue number 9. And the final clue. My capital is Jakarta. Andrew looks like he's got it. Uh-huh. He's smiling over there. When you're smiling. Okay. Anybody need to take a break?
Nope.
We're good.
We're good? All right. Let's go ahead and get back and play quarter number 4 here. Let's get the fourth quarter. This is crunch time.
Yeah.
All right. We're ready to go. Okay. Next up on the list is
Yes, for our fourth.
we got tag team wrestling here. Yep. Data East, Namco, April 2nd, 1986. And this was ported, the arcade game was ported to the Apple II, Commodore 64, and IBM PC by Quicksilver Software. Arguably, the most well-known port is the Family Computer Nintendo NES version created in 86. Yes. So, this is a wrestling arcade game, as you probably know.
Yep.
Tag team wrestling. In the original game, the player controls a professional wrestling tag team, 2 identical wrestlers with black hair, orange trunks, and brown boots named Sonny and Terry, or Jocko and Spike in the U.S. version. And they must defeat a couple of masked wrestlers known as the heel team. Mad Mullers in the U.S. version. One of them a skinny wrestler with an orange mask and boots and white trunks. The other a fat wrestler in a black mask and tights with white boots. And there's various points. The wrestling moves the player may execute when the action command flashes consist of a nutter, which is a headlock, a straight jab karate chop, a kick, the rabbit killer, the body slam, drop kick, the pile driver, the brain buster, the W lariat, the rear drop, and the cobra twist. Boy, that sounds like dance moves, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, according to Game Machine, they listed tag team wrestling on their January 15th, 1984 issue as being the top grossing new table arcade cabinet of the month there, Scott.
Yeah.
And it later topped Japan's table arcade game charts in February of 84. All right. So this time we start with Andrew Hocking with Tag team wrestling.
So this is another wrestling game that I want to get this a try. If I haven't heard it, if I find this game anywhere, I will give it a try. And another wrestling, once again another wrestling one. So that's deserve another 100.
Oh, another 100. Wow, you got it. Got it perfect. Nicely done. Wow, what the heck?
Something's moving around. Something's moving around.
What happened?
I don't know. There we go. Oh, whew. I got scared.
All right.
I was like, whoa. All right. So first 100 there for Andrew, and now we go to Scott with tag team wrestling.
Yeah, this is an old title. I think was the first arcade tag team wrestling game that came out.
Yeah.
And it shows, but yeah, it has dated looks to it though. But it overall is still pretty kind of cool. The cover art looks great, I think. But there you go. And this is going to be another 85.
Another 85. Okay. Respectful B there, and now we go to Brandon Bogard with tag team wrestling.
Well, the gameplay images, part of it looks a little more static, and more. One of them looks more like he's sleeping. At the same time,
every day.
there's no denying it. I think I'm gonna have to give this a 90.
90. All right. A Taco Bell. Okay. All right, Mark, you're up with tag team wrestling.
Okay. Tag team wrestling, yeah. Another one that I don't think I've played. But yeah, not really that big on the wrestling games, though, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say 60.
60. Ooh.
Oh, long shot.
Okay. Total difference of opinion there, but then again, that's the way it goes. Now, I think I've played this game in my cousin's house with pro wrestling as well. There was the tag team one. I thought the music was fantastic for the NES. Love the cover art. I'm gonna have to go with Andrew on that one and double up with a perfect score, 100. Yeah, There it is. Why not, right?
True.
Yeah. I mean, I like to play the wrestling games. They were fun. All right, let's see the average. Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going in the B tier. 87. All right. Nice.
87 even.
Yes, sir. Very good. Another B. We have no A's tonight, unfortunately. A lot of B's.
We're gonna try harder on that one.
We'll get there probably. All right. Next up is a very famous cartoon in its time, Tailspin. Aha. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is put out by Capcom, December 1991. This is, of course, a scrolling shooter video game based on the Disney television series Tailspin. Was put out by Capcom and was included in the Disney Afternoon Collection compilation for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Baloo and Kit are delivering cargo for Rebecca Cunningham. Shere Khan hires the air pirates, led by Don Comage, in an attempt to sabotage their business. Yep. So you have to maneuver Baloo's plane, the Sea Duck, through each level, fending off incoming enemies and avoiding obstacles. Super Gamer Magazine, excuse me, gave the Game Boy version a review score of 65%, stating, quite a tricky shoot 'em up. This features characters from the cartoon, but certainly wouldn't appeal to young players when it's this difficult. Here we go with level of difficulty again.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, you're up with Tailspin.
Okay. It's a Capcom Disney title. That's a guarantee, though.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it means it's good. Sometimes it's okay. Now, like I said, I don't think I've ever played this particular game, even though I have heard of versions of other games similar to this as well. Like, I guess you could say the TurboGrafx 16 version of this game here.
Yep.
Hard to tell. I mean, the cover art, it's okay. It's not the best in the world. It's not the worst either. You know my number, 75.
75. The Scott Special. 75. All right. Mr. Bogard, you're up with Tailspin.
So, because it's a Disney game, I was gonna put this on,
Aha.
Oh,
but after looking at the game, I'm like, get.
There you go.
oh, jeez.
Well,
Baloo. I'm sorry, Baloo is part of this from the
Yep.
Jungle Book.
yes,
Yep.
he was.
That's what
I
this
guess
is.
so. I guess so.
It was basically a reason just to use, Disney. Oh, it's whatever Disney characters they had available. So there you go.
I'm surprised
sorry,
they didn't
what?
use Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales,
No, but they did for a Darkwing Duck. But they used it for a Darkwing Duck.
That's true.
And then we
And
have like a
DuckTales.
stadium, and then a ship, and then cave dogs, and then on the front cover some kind of wolf or fox.
I think that's Don Carnage.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Don Carnage.
Yeah. He was kind of like a wolf-like character and all that.
And then on another gameplay image, a crocodile or alligator. That's gonna let me give it a 52.
Oh,
Oh, God.
all right. Got a 52 from.
Sorry, Disney, I can't put your hat on, but not with that crappy game.
Okay, Mark, you're up with Tailspin.
Yeah. Well, this was definitely a great part of the Disney afternoon lineup years ago.
Yep.
And I do like the Jungle Book, although Baloo can be a bit of a goofball sometimes.
Yeah, he
Of
can
course.
be. Yeah.
All right. So, this actually I think deserves a lot better than what Brandon gave it. I will give this a 92.
92. Wow. Taco Bell. Okay. Went from 52 to 92. Okay, Andrew, you're up with Tailspin.
So I never heard of the game, but I did saw that show a long time ago in the 90s,
Yep.
and I love Tailspin, and it's one of the best cartoons ever on Disney in the afternoon, like Mark said, of course.
Mhm.
So for this one, I'm gonna go to the A's, and I was almost close for a perfect score. I'm gonna get this a 98.
98. Wow. Another Taco Bell. All right. Now, I have to agree with Bogart on this one because, I like Tailspin, the show, and I like that afternoon lineup of cartoons from the Disney series. But, again, playing these Disney games on the NES just not the same as watching them in real life and enjoying them for what they are. This, my friend, would be a waste of money in my book. For any of you youngsters out there who don't know what Disney characters are, today's generation would not understand this unless they were about the same age as us. And if you spent the money on this game, you practically begged your parents for it. I didn't beg my parents for this one. She would have been like, you watch the show, so you don't need the game. Yeah, I know. Exactly. 50.
Oh, long shot!
5-0. Yeah. How I feel about it.
I bet that this average is gonna go into either B or either the C or the D, one of the two.
Oh, it's actually going to be in the C's.
Okay.
73.4 actually. Yeah, go right.
Just about 1.6 shy of the Scott special.
Yeah, give or take. All right, let's go to the next one here.
Oh,
The list.
I'm happy to announce this. That was the 600th NES game we've graded.
Yay! We finally laid on the number 600 game.
I have to give a whoop whoop for that.
Yes.
So we're only 110 games left then after this.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
And of course, this next one's gonna be number 601 now.
Yeah, it's called Target.
Target Renegade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get in there. Head up there. All right, Target Renegade. And this is put out by Taito Software Creations, March 1990. It is a beat-em-up video game released on the Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, the ZX Spectrum. All these games before it got to the NES. Yep. The ZX Spectrum version was voted number 13 in the Your Sinclair Reader's Top 100 Games of All Time. And on most formats, the game caters for one or two players and concerns itself with the adventures of a street fighter known only as Renegade, who seeks revenge against a local crime kingpin named Mr. Big for murdering his or their brother, Matt. Wow, you got to love that Mr. Big villain, you know? Shows up in almost everywhere, like Mr. X on Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to the top of the order with Target Renegade, and that's Brandon Bogart.
You were talking about Mr. Big.
Yeah.
I see him on one of the gameplay images. He's wearing a white eye patch.
Mm.
Kind of like what's the black guy with the black eye patch in the Avengers?
Oh.
You talking about Fury?
I better look. I'll look that up for you, Brandon. I'll look that up. I think I know the character from the Avengers. I know with the iPad with Samuel L. Jackson. I'll look it up. Well, you continue to describe it.
Well, yeah.
Who says I said Nick Fury?
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Fury.
You just beat me to it. You just beat me to it.
All right, yeah. It looks like a tough Dr. Fury. But yeah, with little muscles. So with that, I'm gonna give it an 80.
An 80. All right. Got it. All right, we go to Mark Leota with Target Renegade.
Yeah, I definitely have not played this.
Huh.
But I guess this looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah, cover looks pretty good.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that definitely looks pretty cool. I mean, is that supposed to be like... It's like some sort of gun target or something.
Yeah.
In the middle there. All right. 63.
Oh, my God! Man!
Wow, another D in the book there. Okay. Now we go to you, Andrew Hocking, with Target Renegade.
I never heard this game. I look at the cover. Okay, this fighter almost not even close like Bruce Lee, of course.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you always have the kung fu fighting with the shirtless, of course, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna double up from Brandon, 90 as well.
Ha double it up. Okay. With a Taco Bell.
Double. I gave it an 80, not a 90.
Well, that's all right.
That's okay. We still got a Taco Bell on that one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Everybody's in except me, right?
Not me.
Scott next.
Not
Scott next.
God, I'm totally sorry about that.
Yeah, well,
It's Scott's
I'm
turn.
looking at the screenshots. You know what this looks like?
What?
A rip-off of Double Dragon.
Ah, yes. Good answer, Scott. Good answer.
I mean, seriously, using similar kicks, similar punches, similar enemies. Yeah, it's a big rip-off. It's not, I mean, okay. Like I said, I like Double Dragon. This ain't Double Dragon. It's a 65.
Yeah.
Oh, another long shot. Run.
Yeah. And because of what Scott had basically said, yeah, the Target Renegade, I mean, you know, I would think I would just give it a.
Come in.
Yeah, man. Why not? 50.
Long shot.
Yeah. I hate Mr. Big. Can't stand him.
No kidding. No kidding.
All right, let's see the average here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, oh, in the teacher.
Rolling
Teacher. Oh my God. Man.
69.6. It just barely failed by 0.4.
Oh, and the 69 number was my dreadful number, of course.
I gave it a 50. Scott gave it a D as well, and yeah, that's the way it crumbles.
There it goes, yeah.
I think we're gonna finish up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, because we're gonna look at those Tecmo games coming up next week. Oh boy.
2 weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we're off next week, of course, and we'll be back on the 30th.
That's right. So, how many games have we looked at there, Mr. Statistician?
Tonight we have looked at 13 games,
Yeah.
and in total we have graded 601. 109 more to go. We're getting very close.
You're getting
We're
close.
getting very close.
ES Games 53. Wow. We've done 49 episodes of the NES games so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost a whole year.
Almost. Yeah. Because we started this in September of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Like those tiers, we're in our second season, going to wrap it up at the end of June here.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to save this, and then we'll go to the Where Am I? Okay, cool. There, it's saved. All right, very good. I'll stop sharing that. Okay, let me also do this here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see what we've got here for the Where Am I now. Who's got the answer for tonight's Where Am I? We will start with the ever popular Mr. Statistician himself, Brandon Bogard. What is your answer to the Where Am I?
Well, me.
It's not a good thing.
Not good at all.
This is just a random guess.
Yeah.
I'm going Malaysia.
No! Malaysia. Oh, but that was a very good guess. I will give you that. Very good guess, but not Malaysia. Okay, Mark.
All right. I actually don't know which country Jakarta would be the capital for. There was one answer I had in mind, but then some of the clues kind of dragged me away from my original guess. I'm gonna say India.
No.
No!
You are close. The two of you were close, but no, it is not India. Okay, Scott, can you save these guys?
Definitely. You see, when you did the third clue about 13,000 plus islands, I was thinking, what nation has all many islands? I'm thinking, of course. And then when you said the Dutch East Indies, I reaffirmed my answer, and it is Indonesia.
That is right.
Oh,
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah, that's why Marky was so close. And even with Malaysia, that was a close guess, too. Now you've got one. Now, Mr. Hawking, are you going to match up with Scott and get the correct answer?
Well, let's see. Scott, you're going to be proud of me on this one.
Good.
I did say that.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is Indonesia.
Because I'll tell you, I'll tell you what. Last night, we did Twitch Millionaire last night. One of the questions was on this one as one of the, that's why. So that's why I guessed it. That's why.
Good
Yeah,
job.
very
job.
good, gentlemen. Very good. All right, half for 50%. Got it. That's all right.
And final times on this one, on the third and fourth quarters, of course, before we go.
Yeah, please do.
Jason, you got 2.
All right, I made up for it.
Yeah. And let's see, I also got 2 as well. But Mark got 4.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it for tonight until in 2 weeks.
All right, very good, guys. Yeah, and yeah, we are definitely taking Easter break off to spend time with our family and our friends, and I hope you all have a happy, safe Easter. And we'll be back on the 30th, definitely with Gianni. I know we're missing him.
Oh, and I want to mention right now in advance,
Yes.
we're not going to be here next week for one reason, because Tuesday will be my 54th birthday.
All right, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hard to believe I'm that freaking old. So there you go.
No. I will not go to say that one, Scott. I will not go to say that.
But I would.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. All right. Well, happy birthday on top of that as well. I hope you get what you wish for and have a nice steak dinner to go with it, you know?
I might. We'll see how that goes.
You deserve it, man. You deserve a filet mignon.
Yes.
Okay, they need me right now to try for that $1 million on Lingo. I will see you later.
All right, bro.
All right.
See
Bye-bye.
ya. Have a good one. Okay, and as for everybody else, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yes. Have a good night. Bye-bye.